Testing, testing. Alright, mic is working. Hell yeah. How's it going, everybody? My name is Sinikle, and we're back with more Fata Morgana. I like saying it short, the title. I don't like saying the full title. I don't know why. I think it just being Fata Morgana is a little bit more tactful. Maybe. Anyways. Hello. I'm messing around with something in the back. I should stop playing with it. It's just the microfiber cloth from my fucking glasses. I forgot to clean my glasses before I started the stream. Oh well. Dirty glasses. Alright, so today is... What day is today? Today's Monday. Does not feel a lot... It doesn't feel like a Monday for me. Not at all. Oh well. Got busy. Well, no, I wouldn't say it's a busy week, but I got some things going on in the next few days. It's gonna be a long week for me, that's for goddamn sure. Oh, God, torturous. Ugh. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend, and I hope you all have a fantastic week up ahead. But without further ado, I won't bring you any troubles. Let me just go ahead and give you the rundown before we actually fully begin with this video here. So, last time, in the last stream with the house and Fata Morgana, Michelle has experienced hell. Thanks to a bitch by the name of Amy. That bitch, that evil, vile demon of a woman. Hopefully she gets what she deserves. Hopefully. But last we saw, someone came into our room, and I think they're here to save us. I wasn't entirely sure. It's a little confusing. But yeah. I mean, bad shit happened to Michelle, or, well, now she is a he, or, well, we also found out that he doesn't apparently have a male or female genitalia, so that's quite interesting. I don't know how exactly that works, but, we'll figure it out, right? We'll figure it out. Shit. Oh, maybe we won't. I don't think they're gonna dive into those details. But anyways, I digress from that. A lot of good shit happened last video. So if you want to watch that one before continuing on and watching this video here, this stream here, I advise you to go into the description box down below. It will bring you to the playlist, and from there you can have all your watching needs to get caught up. Play catch up. Get it? Catch up. Okay. Boo, you stink! Yeah, I know. I suck. Alright. So, yeah. There's a couple of other links down in the description box. I won't give you any, rundown on that. You can pretty much figure it out yourself. You can read, alright? I mean, I know I can't read, but I'm hoping you all can. But without further ado, I guess I'll go ahead and start up the shindig, right? Let's go ahead. Let me go ahead and change over the scene here and shut off the music. Bye-bye. His brothers. Load it up. Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you. Bad shit, huh? Yeah. Bad music. Oh boy. Why is it? There we go. That was weird. Alrighty. Thunder, please stop. Thank you. I'm trying to get the mic right in front of my face. That way you can hear me crisp and clear. Right? Right. The music is not still going, right? Nope. Okay, good. It's just the game's audio and my mouth powers of talking and rambling on. Alright, let's go ahead and begin. It was a stormy night in my 16th year. I had been confined for more than 2 years at that point. Oh! Okay, no one came to save us. What was that? Wait. Didn't some... Oh... Wait, I'm so confused. Didn't someone come in, like... I don't know. And already? Oh, my cat's already choosing now to bother me to feed her. I knew I should have done it before I started the stream. I fucking knew it. She always picks the opportune time to piss me off and bother me. I love it. Oh, guess what? She could wait another 5 minutes. Bazinga. Okay, I'm done. What? I guess no one came to save him. Awkward. Alright, never mind. I retract everything I said earlier. I guess we're not getting help. Oh, God. I had been confined for more than 2 years at that point. I already read that. Heavy rain pounded against the windows like thousands of little spears. I was sitting quietly on my bed, unable to fall asleep, when suddenly there was a loud banging on the door. Did he hear? Mikhail, are you awake? Why did I use that voice? That's not his voice. I don't know. If you aren't, then hurry up and get awake. We've got big trouble. Lower your damned voice. What? What's anything got this? What's it gonna do with me? What's it gonna do with me? Huh? Huh? I'm a prisoner here. Why you need my help? Huh? Get the fuck out of here. When I first heard my brothers' voices after so long, I thought I was hallucinating. In 2 years, they had never once come for me, no matter how hard I pounded on the door, no matter how many times I called for them. And after all that time, I didn't expect that to ever change. I had given up, assumed they had long since cast me aside. Unable to bring myself to say anything, I simply stared at the door. When there was another bam bam. The sound was half consumed by a crack of thunder, giving it an indescribably eerie quality. Please say something, Mikhail, excuse me. Seriously, there's no time. You can hear us in there, can't you? You are there behind the door, aren't you? Come on, just one word, Mikhail. Oh, God, I keep wanting to say Michael. Damn it, it's so hard, man. It's so hard. It's Mikhail now. It's Mikhail. Is it really you, Didier, George? For a moment, they seemed to be at a loss for words. Probably because they almost didn't recognize my voice. But it was only a heartbeat, and then Didier spoke. There's a carriage waiting outside. I'm going to unlock the door so you can leave in it. Why? Because Dad's talking crazy. He's saying the Bellinger family has no need for a demon child, that you are a mark of shame on our name. So he's going to have you executed. George. Father wants me dead? I felt like the floor had fallen out from under me. Executed. Demon child. Mark of shame. So he was saying I didn't even deserve to live anymore. It's planned for tomorrow morning. We only just found out ourselves, which is why you prepared a way for me to escape. But why? Why? Do you even need to ask? Because we are family. Something terrible has gotten into Father. I clenched my teeth, fighting back a bitter, angry sigh. But I couldn't keep all those emotions bottled up for so long? A maelstrom of feelings I thought I had lost in my 2 years of imprisonment swirled up inside of me, spilling from my lips. Why? Why are you doing this now? If you really felt that way, then why didn't you come sooner? 2 years I spent locked in this room. Do you have any idea how I felt in that time? Any idea how hard I had to fight to endure? How many times I cried for your help? How hard I pounded on the door, begging to be set free? But never once did you come. Not even once. Mikhail, I scare you, don't I? You think I've gone insane? That I've lost my mind? That I sold my soul to the devil, don't you? No, Mikhail, we don't. Then why? Why didn't you come and set me free? Mikhail, No, we don't think you've lost your mind at all. So you didn't want to see me then? You didn't want to face what I've become. Tell me I'm wrong, did you, George? You left me here, abandoned me for 2 whole years. Locked me away so you didn't have to see me. I'm sorry, I'm just, really busy with my art. I've been getting a ton of commissions down the court. And Didier's a knight now, So he's up to his neck in expeditions. I'm really sorry. As am I. I cannot say that you are wrong. After what happened, I wasn't sure how I was supposed to act around you. I'm still not sure, even now. I knew I had to find the time to collect myself, but I kept putting it off, vainly hoping that time would take care of it all. And for that I owe you an apology. But you need to understand, I do not agree with Father's decision. I do not want to lose you. I don't think you are a demon child. And George feels the same. Neither of us want to see you dead. What he said, Mikhail. Son of a bitch. See, it's tough to fucking go back, man. It's tough, man. Please. It was fine as Michael, man. I promise. It was fine. Son of a bitch. Mikhail. Fuck. There's not much time. We need to get you out of here. I bit down hard at my lower lip. Hard enough to draw blood. It was that, or start sobbing. It's a little late for that. Mikhail, if you don't get out of here, you're going to be killed. If I'm not an angel sent from heaven, or a demon child, then what am I? What on earth am I? What are you? You are a Bellinger. You are family. And that's all there is to it. I pray you can forgive me for averting my eyes for so long. Can I trust you? Can I trust that even if the whole world says I'm cursed, that you'll always be on my side? That you'll always be my brothers? Can I put my trust in you once more? Lydia, George? You absolutely can, Mikhail, fuck! I keep doing it! Son of a bitch! You and your Mikhails. I'm gonna shove a Mikhail up your... What? I swear to God on high. Or whatever. Okay. What? What was that phrase? And I swear to God of art. I have no other choice, do I? I couldn't ask Father out of it, could I? I would rather you didn't try. He is not a man to change his mind. If you were to show up before him, he would likely draw his sword on you himself. It would destroy Mother. I'm sorry, we're not doing this only for you. Okay. I'll go. Oh, thank goodness. The carriage will take you to the mansion, Mikkel. It's a property Father purchased some time ago. Yep, I figured. But due to rumors of the house, it's abandoned. No one wants to buy it from him either. And that's unlikely to change. It's the ideal place to keep you out of sight. What kind of rumors? Well, no point in keeping it a secret. He has the right to know. They say a witch lives there. A witch? I think it's all just made up, personally. I went to check the place out, and there was no one there. It was a little dreary, but, to be sure. I had hoped to have a better place arranged for you, but there wasn't enough time. This is only temporary, Mikkel. I cannot say how long it will be. The father will pass away eventually. When he does, George will inherit the estate, and that will mean you can return. So I ask that you hold out until that time. But the thing is, Father did pass away, but the next thing that happened was, well, some of you remember, but some people came after us. Or, more specifically, after Mikkel. I got a sneaking suspicion that may have been Amy's doing after all, maybe. Actually, that's very possible. That's actually very possible. It could have been Amy that sent them after Mikkel. Shit. Well, that all makes sense now, doesn't it? If I don't leave, I'm going to be executed. So send me anywhere. I won't complain. I'm glad to hear you say that. I will talk to Father and ensure he does not suspect anything. We'll make this work, don't you worry. The long and short of it is, Dad simply wants you erased from the family. George! I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to be mean. But anywho, once I take over, we're in the clear. You'll be acknowledged as a Bellinger. That's a farce. That's a lie right there. That didn't happen. That didn't happen at all! Why? Amy. I see. Okay then. Can I open the door now? Just a minute. Huh? You're still not ready? I don't have any clothing. Ah, right. You wouldn't, huh? How tall are you now, Mikkel? Around the same height as you, I think. You are taller than me? Damn! Alright, I'll bring you some clothes. Thank you. Wow, I don't think I've ever heard you say thank you without putting up a fight, Mikkel. That's not true, I don't think. I'll be back soon. Get what you need together. Alright. Alright, off to a weird, shaky start. Sitting in the carriage, waiting outside, listening to the pitter-patter of the rain, I gazed out at my true brother. Did I just say true? At my two brothers. I hadn't seen them in 2 years, but they hardly looked any different than how I remembered them. I was the only one who had changed, and dramatically at that. Looking at them, I couldn't help but remember the old days. playing chess with Didier, learning how to draw from George, our sibling outings. However, the ominous sound of thunder crashing at the distance drowned out those memories. The mansion's several days' travel from here. Hopefully the carriage isn't too uncomfortable. I will send a package with my supplies, any supplies you need once a month. Food, clothing, and something to pass the time. If there's anything you want, Mikkel, God, fuck! Please! Mikkel, just tell me. Now. Or you can have a servant pass a message on to me. I can't think of... Actually, wait. I can think of one thing. I would like a chess set. Alright, I'll have one made. I would rather have yours, Didier. Would that be possible? Are you sure you want that beaten old thing? Yes, I want that one. Alright then, I'll include it in the first delivery. I'll send you something too, Mikkel. Anything you want, just tell me. In that case, I would like, oh, that's Mikkel, okay. In that case, I would like some art tools. I'm nowhere near as much of an artiste as you are, George, so they don't have to be anything special. Gotcha. So some canvas and, how about some charcoal? And when you are back, I want to see what you've made with it, okay? Okay. I know this is already hard enough on you, Mikkel, but I need to ask you to do something for me. Avoid making contact with anyone who doesn't already know about you. So, I can't talk to anyone but the servants? But simply yes. Tomorrow the world will consider you dead. But we cannot have people finding out you are actually alive. Especially Father. Please do this for me. I've been doing that for 2 years already. I've long since lost interest in interacting with anybody. You don't need to ask me to keep to myself. Right. Does anyone else know I am alive? Yes, Mother knows. In fact, this was her idea. It was. She loves you, Mikkel. She really does. Mom just, is having a little trouble facing the truth. So even though she's not here to see you off, I guarantee you she doesn't want to see you dead. She wants to have you in her life again. I expect Mother will be writing to you, so please take the time to write her back. She's a troubled woman, but her love for you is true and unwavering. Will you do that? Just a quick little, hey, got your letter, doing great, will suffice. Alright. Just so you know, it kills me indeed that we can't stand up to Dad. But as long as he lives, his word is God in this house. I understand that, yes. Well, you never know, he could be gone quicker than you expect. A week from now and bam, he's dead as D's social life. Yay, let's hope. Is there not an ounce of respect in your body? Oh, give me a break, I'm upset. He's gone way too far. And once he's dragged his arse off to the great beyond, anything goes. Surprise, Mikkel was alive. Yeah, I suppose. Until then, we'll take care of things here. Tomorrow's gonna be the performance of our lives. crying like a couple of old big babies and laughing our tails off inside. You'll forgive me if I have trouble trusting that loose tongue of yours. Psh, I'm not stupid. I know this is important. Even Amy will suspect a thing. Amy. Yeah, not even she can know. It's gonna crush her, I'm sure. But the less people who know, the better. When George said her name, my whole body went shamefully cold. It had been 1.5 years since the hell she'd put me through. But every last detail of it remained carved into my body and mind. There was no way she would, be even slightly sad about my death. So this is what I'm guessing. After the father kicked the bucket, and then the news got to Mikkel. Mikkel sent that letter, right? So, no, he sent 2. One to the brothers and one to his mother, right? I believe so. So the one that went to the brothers, Amy must have snuckily, looked at it, found out, and then maybe behind George's back went to kill him by sending out the knights. Maybe? Or maybe this is the big twist. Listen to this. Maybe George is dead as well. Maybe Amy had George die and then married to Didier. And then then she took over the household. Sorry, I hit the mic. Then she took over the household because, well, Didier can't be the master of the estate, right? Because he's a knight. So she had Didier. Well, no. Fuck. I don't exactly remember what was said between the knight and Mikkel up in that tower. Were they familiar? Shit. I don't remember if they were familiar with each other. They may have been. In which case, then it was Didier that killed off Mikkel. But why would he do that? You see, I don't know. It's a little... I hope we get answers on that. I really, really hope we get answers on that, man. I want them so bad. I need to know. I need to know. Don't keep me in the dark, man, please! Okay. Sorry, is the music a little bit loud? I feel like it is. There was no way she would be slightly sad about my death. She might act, yeah, I already read that. Alright. It seemed George had still yet to see what lay beneath that woman's mask. I know you two were close. Are you worried about how this might affect her? What? She cared for you for about 6 months, didn't she? Sorry, I had to burp. But you wouldn't let the servants in? What? From what I hear, you got real close to dying in there. You wouldn't even eat unless she was there. Who in the hell told you that? What? Is that not what happened? Did something happen between you two, Mikkel? Amy didn't do a damn... Never mind. I can't tell them. I can't put what I went through into words. It will only worsen my shame. Especially not in front of my brothers. George, how are things between you and Amy? You still letting what happened 2 years ago get to you? Well, I mean, at the time, things were a total disaster. I'm all excited about getting myself a pretty little wife, only to find out she rocking the boat with someone else. I cried for weeks. Yeah, I'm sorry. Deep down, though, she ain't actually a bad girl. She's young, and kids make mistakes. After it all came out, she turned over a new leaf. She started doting on me, something serious, and well, it's hard not to let one little mistake like that go when she's trying so hard to make up with me. Oh, you sad, sad little boy. You sad, sad child, man. Oh my god, he is so gullible, naive. Alright. Well. Sucks to be you there, George. It sucks to be you. Jesus. The age excuse doesn't work for D, though. For about a year, things were really tough, rough between us. I didn't even want to look at him. But at the end of the day, we're a family. We can get past anything. Besides, because you let the cat out of the bag, that gave me something to hold over D. All things considered, I'm not complaining. So, you would say you are happy then, George? Sure would, yep. Believe it or not, I'm kinda head over heels for her. Hard not to like a girl like Amy. Oh god, he is such a dope. Alright. Oh, I see. Do you really feel that bad about 2 years ago? So she's still keeping up the good girl facade around George and Didier. No one else knows. She's actually a sadistic, cackling demon. There's nothing less trustworthy in the world than a woman who's always smiling. But if George thinks he's happy, I can't take that away from him. Nicole? Oh, right, yes. I do feel guilty about the way I lost control of my emotions and took it out on you guys. It happens to everyone. In fact, you could stand to do a little more shouting and fussing than you could. Because I have underdeveloped social skills. Is that what you're gonna tell me, bitch? You heard that? You've got one hell of a nasty streak, huh, D? I'm glad to hear you're still on good terms. It wasn't my intention to pit the two of you against each other. We know the blame falls on my shoulders. I want you to know something, Mikkel. Though your transformation was too much for Mother and Father to accept, with enough time, everything will go back to the way it was before, just like it did for myself and George. None of this is your fault. It was all unfortunate timing. God's a little bit of a jerk, too. Try not to forget I am a knight, George. Go fuck your knighthood. What? In time. Speaking of which, we don't have much time left. I'm going to tell the coachman to set off, okay? Didier. Yes. Tell me the truth. Will the three of us ever meet again? Why would you ever ask that? Of course we will. Not a chance I'm letting this be our last family get-together. One last question, then. Yes? Am I your brother? Well, I mean, look at you. Don't look like much of a sister to me. So yeah, I'd say you are. I see. So long, then. Farewell. And may good health bless you until we meet again. Until then, Mikkel, fuck! God damn it, why? I just want to say... Farewell. Son of a bitch! Fuck it. Fuck it. If I say Michael, it's Michael. If it's Mikkel, it's Mikkel, okay? I'll do both. I'll do all three, bitch. I don't care. Oh, shit. Look at what you've done. Cool. Oh no, Schwarzenegger on all your asses. Alright. Before seeing me off for good, they both gave me strong, firm hugs. Didier first, and then George. The warmth I felt in their arms, in my family's arms, slowly spread throughout my chilled body, which made it that much more difficult to part ways. The wheels of the carriage rattled against the wet, stone-paved road. I stuck my head out the window, watching as they shrunk in the distance, standing there in the rain until they were completely out of view. The tightness filled my breast. Every glimmer of hope I had for my new life was matched by an equal degree of darkness and uncertainty. Would I ever make it back home? And if I did, would people still call me a demon child? Having to write mother was another uncomfortable weight on my soul. The thought of having to play a girl for her made me sick. George had acted like it would be nothing, but it wasn't that easy. It was more than pretend. Mere pretend. Didier had said that, with time, things would change. But how could he be certain that those changes would be for the better? The wooden wheels turned, carrying me away to that cursed mansion. Hot damn. That was actually the perfect time to end last stream, but oh well. I was like really hurting. I was like really hurting. My throat, oh my god. Woo! I did not talk at all the next day. I tried my best not to talk. Oh, shit. The next thing I know, I'm sinking into the vast void. Darkness cuffs my hands and legs, restricting my movement. Images of the past I had kept buried away for so long stream past me. This isn't how I wanted it to happen. Not coming from my mouth, but being laid bare for all to see without my consent. That wasn't how I wanted her to find out about my secret, about my shameful history. Which? I warned you, dear. I told you you didn't want to reclaim your old self. If you had simply let it be, you wouldn't be here now, forced to relive it all. Now do you understand? The tale I had spun behind the fourth door was as much for you as it was for her. There, you were a young man with a sad fate. But you met a wonderful woman, fell in love with her, and then died in the arms of tragedy. The sequence of events is not far from the truth, but I was able to turn it into something enchanting and beautiful. I got rid of all of the nasty little details. Your ugliness, your body troubles, all of that. Doesn't it seem a bit unfair, Mikkel? You tore down the walls around Giselle's heart, around her past, but you wanted to keep your own nice and safe and hidden away. She has every right to be upset. You were afraid she wouldn't accept you, were you not? And that's precisely what happened. But can you honestly blame her? The truth you've kept hidden away is not something most would be able to accept. The prince who came riding in to save her. Silence! wasn't actually a man. Please, enough. I've seen enough. Let it stay buried, please. Just stop this. I don't want to see it. I don't want anything to do with it. What a sad little creature you are, my dear. Not a woman in this world would have any interest in you now. You have surrounded yourself with layer upon layer of walls. Covered yourself with this patchwork, barely held together, quilt of masks. And it's the only thing keeping you together. You are the frailest one of all, the weakest. And it's about time you accepted that and stopped trying to fight it. I am not weak. Oh, is that so? Let's proceed with the tale then, shall we? Face the one you hate the most in this world, yourself. Your weakness, your ugliness. Face it, and despair. It continues. What do you mean? What do you mean? Don't. Oh? Okay. Again. Once again, my own desires, my own wishes are completely irrelevant. The past sprawls, out before me once more. And the witch is exactly right. I despise the man I was then. Teeming with vain hope and foolish dreams. I would rather pretend that part of me never existed. But I have no choice. I'm dragged back into the life I once lived. My pleas for mercy, fading into dark nothingness. Okay. I guess it does continue. What else is there, though? Huh. I couldn't remember how long it had been since the capital had disappeared into the distance, but I've been on the road for some time now. We'd long since left paved roads behind. The carriage rocked back and forth as it proceeded down the rough dirt path. For hours, I've stared through the window as unfamiliar scenery flowed past. Eventually, a fog settled over the area, making it difficult to discern night from day. What? Alright. We made our way through dark, dense woods, and beyond them, like the world fading into view after a dream, a mansion appeared before us. All the windows were either shuttered or boarded, encasing the house in darkness. In a way, it felt like all I had done was move from one prison to a much larger one. Briefly, I thought they had possibly been sealed to keep anyone from seeing me inside, but my coming here was a very recent development. More likely, then, the house had been in this condition when it was initially purchased. Quite the piece of property my father had found himself with. I wondered if he had been swindled by its previous owner. It was a gloomy, uninviting place, but it didn't appear to be in disrepair. The coachman left my luggage outside the door, gave me an empty farewell, and then went on his merry little way. I was entirely alone. I spent some time just staring out to the forest, but naturally there was nothing of interest to be found here. So I quietly turned around and opened the door to the mansion. Okay. It's certainly dark. I could barely even see my own feet. Briefly, I considered trying to unshutter a window or two, but ended up deciding against it. The less inviting the place looked, the easier it would be for me to avoid contact with the outside world, as Didier had recommended. Standing there in the darkness for several minutes, my eyes gradually grew accustomed to the lack of light. While it was hardly ideal, it was sufficient to take a look around the house. The inside didn't seem to have received the same level of care as the outside. Everything was dusty and the air was many years stale. But I wasn't in a cleaning mood, so I dug through my luggage for a bundle of candles, lighting one with a flint. A stained glass window. Ah, the chapel. Examining the large room I found myself in, I came across a stained glass window depicting an angel. The archangel, whom after I had been named after, looked solemnly down upon me. Quite the joke. 2 columns of evenly spaced pews. How you say this word again? Pews? I'm right? I don't know. Ran the length of the room, all facing the multicolored window. I set the candlestick on a podium of some sort, which is when I realized this is a chapel. A flat length of silver, bent in the middle, was mounted on the pulpit's face. When I saw it, I knew exactly what it used to be: a cross. The pews weren't facing the stained glass, but the cross. Why, though? It felt as though the mansion had been built up around the chapel, rather than the opposite. I was perplexed as to why anyone would do that. But of course, there was no one around to sate my curiosity. Taking the candlestick back in hand, I made my way beyond the pulpit. There sat a small metal door. I pressed one hand against the cool surface, and my heart leapt. It was abnormally cold. Though the door itself seemed perfectly normal, an inexplicable anxiety spread through me. It was a very unusual sensation. My instincts told me I should stay far, far away. And my heart told me it was my duty to see what lay beyond. What am I going to find back there? After a few moments' hesitation, I decided to act in opposition to my instincts. Oh boy! Climbed up the stairs. Oh god, I need a drink of water. Good time as any. I was looking at the long spiral staircase. The wooden stairs stretched so high, I couldn't tell where they ended. An observation tower, perhaps? As if being pushed forward by some inhumane force, I mounted the staircase. For the 3rd or 4th loop, soft light began peeking into the tower. Through irregularly spaced rectangular openings in the stone walls. Through one such window I gazed outside, and far off in the distance, beyond the seemingly endless ocean of trees, I saw a small village. Nowhere I'm ever going to go. So many stairs. That's a common little complaint, right? Oh, shit. It had been quite some time since I had exerted myself this much. I hardly had any opportunity locked away in my chambers. With every step I took, I could hear my joints creaking and my muscles screaming. I was long since out of breath, only staying upright with the help of the wall. This is pitiful. Damn it. But turning back never occurred to me. I had to keep climbing, had to make it to the top. And it was that feeling of necessity that pushed my exhausted body upward. By the time I reached the top, I was practically gasping for the air. Sweat streamed down my forehead. I wiped it aside, turning my gaze toward yet another door. But unlike the first, what on earth? A tangle of rope covered the surface, layers upon layers of it, making its intent abundantly clear. Nothing shall come in or out. It didn't look like it had been put there recently either, as much of it was rotted through. Out of curiosity, I grabbed it at the coil and yanked. The rope snapped in several places, chunks falling limply to the floor. That wasn't enough to allow the door to open, though. People only sealed the doors like this for a reason. Largely because they didn't want, or couldn't allow, others to see what hid behind them. Like what they did to me. For a few moments, I felt as though I was looking down at myself from outside my body. If it hadn't been this man, but someone else standing there, would they have turned back at the sight of the sealed off door, acting as though nothing was there? Or would they have done as I did? I ground my teeth, a mix of annoyance and bitterness rushing through me. But I did not hesitate. I held the flame of the candle up to the wall of rope, careful not to set the whole thing ablaze, slowly, carefully burning through them one by one. It was repetitive and time-consuming, but I persisted, wiping away sheets of sweat before it streamed into my eyes. Holy shit! Having to use one voice. Oh my god! I'm pretty sure y'all can tell I'm fucking up a lot, huh? Woo! Oh god, I need a break. Oh shit! Just a few seconds. The sun is well on its way down before I finally managed to expose the door. I took a deep breath, looked up at it, and gulped. There was something indescribably chilling about the door, and then I pushed it open. A barely noticeable breeze brushed past me. A single ray of sunlight shone into the room, coming from a single window sitting high atop the wall. It cast a milky white patch of light on the hard floor, revealing the fact that I was not alone. The rumors say a witch lives in the mansion. There I saw, in this cursed house, a skeleton with only one arm. A cursed mansion for a cursed man. It was like I was destined to end up here. I had no way of finding out who the skeleton belonged to, so I left it there, at the top of the tower, and retreated into thought. I wondered to myself, how had the one-armed person died? How had they felt, locked in that room, staring up at that sole window, so far out of reach? About the only thing they would have seen was the sky and the occasional bird. Had they yearned for some night, or had they come to despise the tiny patch of it that trickled down into the room? Had they been some sort of wicked criminal imprisoned for wrongdoing? Not all prisoners are necessarily bad people. Having been branded with a non-existent curse, I couldn't help but think that perhaps something similar had happened to whoever they were. Vainly reaching out for the sun, constantly praying for a rescue that would never come. What had gone through their mind as they withered away? Would anyone ever come for me? Would my brothers keep their word? Or would I, years from now, end up another pile of dry bones somewhere in this house? Unwanted and alone. Robbed of all hope, with no one but the darkness to talk to as it sunk its teeth deeper and deeper into me. That corpse could be me in the future. Lydia, George, did you really send me here to keep me hidden? Or is this to be my grave? Can I put my faith in you? Can I trust you when you say I'll be able to return? That everyone will happily accept me? That we'll all be together again? That we'll play chess? That we'll draw pictures? That nobody will be left out, oh, God, sorry, my throat. That nobody will be left out. All I really wanted was for people to accept me for who I was. To accept that I was a man. No, that I had grown to resemble a man. That I had the heart of a man. I didn't need anything else. I didn't want to cause anyone anguish. I didn't want to hate anyone. I simply wished to be who I was. No, who I wanted to be. And I didn't want to be treated like I was strange or different. If that was asking too much, then at the very least, I wanted to have one person in my life who truly understood me. Lydia, George, I pray that you can be that for me. Lurking quietly in the mansion's I can't say the word! No! Encompassing darkness. There we go. I waited and hoped for that day might arrive, when I could come out of hiding. And I got a funny feeling that's not gonna happen. However, 1, 2, 3 years later, I had still not been set free. Only my mother wrote me, and in all her letters, she said the same thing. When your curse is broken, come back home, sweetheart. When your curse is broken, I want you back in my life. When your curse is broken, everything will be back to normal. I wait expectantly. The day you are free of that terrible curse. The curse would never be broken, though. What I was now was what I was meant to be. All that time I had spent as a girl, none of that was real. Lydia had said he didn't think I was cursed. My brothers didn't think I was a hellish demon child. So no, the curse would never be broken, because there was no curse to break. I wasn't cursed at all. There was no damned curse, but the flow of time eroded away at me, slowly killing any confidence I had once had, sucking me dry of all trust for others and myself. With enough time, I started questioning my own beliefs about what I was, started thinking that perhaps I was cursed. Much like they had at the Bellinger estate, the servant who came by every month did his best to avoid making eye contact. But beyond just thinking... Sorry, excuse me. But beyond just bringing me food, he was also checking in on me. And making sure I didn't attempt to run away. And every month, he probably went back and told Mother the same thing. That my curse had still not been broken. Do you have the answers I seek, O Father in heaven? If you do, I ask you to guide me. Please tell me what I am. If I truly am cursed, and perhaps you could tell me how much my soul weighs too. Probably not very much. I spent enough time alone in the dark mansion to drive anyone mad. The more time that passed, the more I grew to question myself, to my worth as a human being. And whenever the self-doubt and loathing became too much to take, I trekked up to the top of the observation tower to see the light. Sitting there on the hard floor, I would place my hand on the skeleton's leg, its shoulder, its hands. From the size of the bones, whoever it was appeared to have still been young when their life withered away. Poor child. Even I feel blessed compared to you. Oh, how miserable it must have been, locked away up in this tower. To have your arm mercilessly severed. You have my pity, though. I alone shall mourn your death, and I alone shall take comfort in your presence. You poor child. By pretending to pity someone who had it worse than me, I was able to feel somewhat better about myself. Because if I was in a position to pity someone else, then conversely, I wasn't in a position to be pitied. Vainly, foolishly trying to convince myself of a lie, I spent hours, days alone in that tower, holding the dry bones in my arms. Now, there was a sight to lend a credence to my alleged madness. Over time, the air in the mansion seemed to thicken, as if the fog were condensing. Water pushed out all the air, holy God, my throat. Swallowing me up, suffocating me. A putrid mire. I was trapped at the bottom of this thick, black sludge. Soon I lost track of the passage of time. My only landmarks being the dates on Mother's letters. Before I knew it, 8 years had passed. What the hell is this? I hadn't heard my own voice in so long I had almost forgotten, what it sounded like. There was a delivery that day, but it wasn't the usual package. The servant was instead carrying a large rectangular object draped in cloth. Shoving that into my hands, he said, "The regular supplies will be here in a couple of days," and then ran off. Presumably, he was afraid to spend any more time than necessary with the cursed man. But I didn't bother to say anything about it. I knew it was a waste of breath, and I was not inclined to hold it against him if he didn't want to look me in the eye, to exchange words. All I could reasonably do was sit back and bear it. As long as I kept my mouth shut, the man could do his job in peace. By the candlelight, I began unwrapping the package the servant had delivered. From within, a sheet of parchment fell to the floor, and inside the package was a painting. Just looking at it, I couldn't tell what it was, aside from the fact that it was a portrait of a woman. I knew those brushstrokes, though. They were very distinctly George's. The woman depicted had white hair. White hair. There was a flash. Yes, it flashed. Okay. A fresh jolt of the pain that had nearly faded away. The half-dozen needles piercing my chest. So much blood had spilled from those gouges, I had long since lost any sensation of pain, but now it was back. Huh. So he was the one that sent that painting? Maybe not. Oh, George, you didn't. My whole body froze. Blood in my veins came to a halt. I couldn't breathe. I was drowning in a pool of imaginary water. I crouched down to pick up the sheet of parchment. It was a letter in Mother's handwriting. The first line read, as it did in all her correspondence: My beloved daughter, Michelle. Every day I pray that your curse might be broken. But lately I have come to think that perhaps the reason you remained cursed is because you have forgotten what you were supposed to be. The long you have spent in that accursed form, it is little surprise you would lose sight of yourself. How can you return to your true self if you do not even remember what that is? So I asked George to paint you a picture, hoping it would help you break free of your curse. You are a beautiful young woman, my dear Michelle. I presume you have already seen the painting. It's lovely, wouldn't you agree? That flowing white hair, and skin like glass. Those deep, enchanting red eyes. Those slender fingers and modest feminine frame. Those soft lips. It is not you when you were younger, though. Instead, I had him imagine what you would look like now. That is what you would look like when your curse is broken. Isn't that wonderful? Imagine it. Envision yourself, your true self. Remember who you are. Recall your true self. I wait eagerly until the day you come back to me, looking as beautiful as you do in this painting. My dear, sweet Michelle, this is you. This is the real you. You are beautiful, my little girl, and I love you dearly. That awful fuss all those years ago, you can pretend none of that ever happened. Forget all about the dreadful thing that curse made you. Become the girl you used to be, the girl you were meant to be, so we can once more be a happy family. I am waiting. Forever waiting for you. So that was... Oh, that's so evil, man. I can't even believe George actually agreed to doing that, too. Hold the fucking phone. Like, what the fuck? Wait. Who's in charge of delivering the stuff, too? Isn't that George? I don't... Maybe George has changed. Because the way he was, I don't see him doing that unless, like, Amy changed him to be this, like, vile being. I don't know, man. It's so confusing, that is. Huh. The letter ended there. leaving me with the woman in the painting staring back at me. Her eyes seeming to insist that I was not me, that she was the real me, and I was nothing more than a fraud, laughing at me, scoffing at me for ever thinking I was anything but female, mocking me for stubbornly insisting I wanted to be a man. The pain in my chest swelled, spilling from my mouth in grunts and moans. Hey, hen, how's it going? And then... Ah! I screamed from the bottom of my lungs. Why? 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 I yanked at my hair. Why, George? Slamming down the painting against the floor. You said I could believe you. You swore to the god of art. So why? Why would you do this to me? You said yourself that you didn't think I was cursed. You acknowledged me as your brother. You know this isn't me, so why? Why would you do this? Why would you make this? I've been waiting for so long. I put my trust in you, Didier. I trusted you. I believed you. That you would always support me. Was that all a lie? Deep down you really think I'm cursed, just like Mother? And that's why you haven't written to me? Why haven't you answered any of my letters? Where did my faith get me? Why did you even help me escape? Was it all for show? Was my execution just a lie, an excuse for you to send me somewhere far away? Well, was it? Tell me, George. Tell me the truth. What about you, Didier? Where do you stand? No. This isn't real. My voice was getting hoarse. yeah, you're telling me. Woohoo! Oh, my throat. Fuck. It's getting certainly going, I guess. Somehow I learned how to play poker recently. Oh. I know a little bit about poker. Do I know what a full house is? No. But do I know things like 2 of a kind, 3 of a kind? Yes. I know some things about poker. Do I know blackjack? Fuck yes. I love blackjack. I love that shit, man. Wasn't for actual money? Oh, that's good though. I don't trust myself for that shit though. I don't trust to do any gambling with actual money. I don't trust myself in that. Anyways. Good to know that you're having a good time playing poker and whatnot. I didn't have the strength to hold it in, and everything came spilling out of me, squeezed out by the phantom water. And the white-haired girl in the painting just stared back at me, smiling. I bit down on my lip as hard as I could. A metallic taste spread through my mouth, drops of blood trickling to the floor. Oh shit. He got a knife! Run! Pulling the knife I used to open the monthly deliveries from my waistband, I lifted it high into the air, gathering what remained of my strength. This isn't me! And slashed the woman's face with it. This isn't me, I am not this woman. I'm a man. Oh my god, my throat hurts so bad I actually can't do the voice anymore. Holy fuck. Maybe some water will help. My throat hole! Oh god. No, I should be fine now, right? Carved into it. This is not how I look. With everything I had. Don't try to erase who I really am. Don't call me repulsive, don't say I'm an abomination. I tore into that smile, contempt surging from every slash. This woman isn't real. I wanted to curse the whole damned world. Every last thing. This wretched Maya. that had been becoming my life. My brothers were happily going about their lives as I suffered here in the darkness. My delusional mother were refusing to acknowledge who I was. My father were trying to have me killed. Amy for making me realize I was a man, and then for torturing me for coming out about it. Everyone. I didn't care anymore. I wanted everyone who had ever wronged me to suffer the same way I did. I can make that happen. A voice rang out. I can curse them for you, my dear. It was a woman's voice, muffled, like there were several walls between me and her. Who's there? I swiped up my candlestick, thrusting it forward to the sides behind me. But there was no one else around. Give it a little thought. It's not that difficult. And when you figure it out, come to me. I have been waiting for so long for someone like you. Someone with such hatred for the world. How am I supposed to know who you are? How could you not, my dear? You've visited me how many times? Held me in your arms, whispered, poor child, into my ear again and again. What? No, no, that's not possible. I see. I finally truly lost my mind. If that's what you wish to believe, that's your choice. But the way I see it, if you had truly lost your mind, you wouldn't be in so much pain. The voice, still muffled and unclear, seemed to be coming from somewhere far away, and very close by at the same time. Find your way to me, and open the door once more. Let me out of my cage. Give me your hand. I knew in the back of my mind that it was all absurd. But nonetheless I did as the voice said. I let myself be drawn in by the pleasant whispers. Wasn't that picture a painting in the third door too? I believe it was, actually, yeah. Yeah. The girl version of him, which, well, now it's Michelle, we just learning. And in the reconstruction phases, right? In the third door, she found it down in the cellars. Yeah, I remember that. Holy shit. Didn't she say that it looked familiar to him as well? And it wasn't, like, cut up at all either, right? It wasn't cut up? Wait, who restored that then? Wait, hold on. Who restored that painting? Huh. That's actually interesting. Huh. Mysteries. No, it was cut up? Was it? I thought it was restored. Maybe it was. It could have been. You thought that Jacob did it? Oh, right, okay. Huh. But yeah, I do remember. Yeah, that's actually good. That's good memory right there. Holy shit, Oshino. Holy crap. You have better memory than I do. Holy crap. The self-loathing in this character is so thick you could cut it in half. Cut it with a knife. Ha ha. Funny hen. Ha. Okay. That's hilarious. I agree, Cat. I agree. Oh my god, okay. The Archangel stood proudly upon his glass perch, looking down at me. His gaze almost seemed judgmental, but I marched for the tower, unconcerned. For so long I have been waiting, waiting for the day I would be rid of this darkness. The day someone would truly set me free. When you arrived at this house, I felt the hands of fate at work. That you were led here. That you were meant to come to this place. You've been through so much to get here. I know your pain. I know how it feels to be locked up. To be tortured and used for others' gain. You were the only one to ever have pity for me. And I shall be the only one to have compassion for you. You were the only one to stay at my side, and I shall do the same for you. You can give me life again. You can resurrect me. I hate Jacob, but then I remember anything against him. Okay. Okay, I hated Jacob at first, but I kinda grew to like him a little bit after learning about him and shit, and what happened to him. But to say that I don't love the character, Jacob was somewhat okay. He was somewhat okay. Now open the door, Mikkel. I felt like I was no longer in control of my own body. Her voice was tender in a way unlike either Mother's or Amy's. Enticingly so. Standing at the top of the observation tower, I pushed open the door. And the first thing I saw was the ray of light shining through the window. And nothing else. Thank you for opening the door. It was empty. The skeleton, which had been sitting there as long as I had been at this house, had vanished without a trace. I spun around, my gaze darting back and forth across the chamber. But there was no one there. Only her voice whispering in my ear. You made this possible. Oh, fuck. I'm not gonna lie, that made me jump a little bit. Jesus. You gave me the chance to have my revenge. Revenge. Now I can make those men suffer a hell even worse than the one they put me through. Constant, everlasting despair. Their flesh may turn to dust, but so long as their souls live on, their torture will know no end. The tenderness in her voice crumbled away, leaving only raw loathing behind. She then let out a half-muffled cackle. Who are you? Oh, you poor dear. They locked you up here without telling you whose house it was. You sad, pathetic thing. Though that's exactly the kind of person I needed. You're not the witch, are you? That I am. I am the cursed witch, who loathes those puny, wretched words, curses it. And my name is Morgana. Morgana. I assumed the witch was nothing but a legend, a tale. If you don't believe me, I would be happy to show you. Let's see. I could place a curse on on someone you have a grudge against. Drag them down into the dark abyss. You are the one who granted me freedom after all. Sympathized with me. Pitied me. Appreciated me. You happily embraced my filthy corpse. And for that, I will grant you your wish. Menacing laughter. I tried. Morgana, like the cat from Persona 5. Oh yeah! She is, what's the sex of the cat ever? I don't know. But the cat's name is Morgana, yeah. Good catch, good catch. Wishes can come true, Mikkel. Much the same way I was, able to come back to life. If you remain steadfast in your desires, they will become reality. For devotion and yearning are the fountain from which miracles spring. I cannot leave the mansion's grounds, but that is but a minor inconvenience. Tell me, who you wish to curse, and I can lead them here. I can force the cross you were made to bear onto them. I believe in my power to perform miracles, because you made my miracle a reality. So tell me, my dear, who will be first? Your second brother, who made that ridiculous painting? George? Shall we kill him? He deserves at least that. He brought you more than enough pain. But if you would rather... you could curse your mother instead. Or the woman who set you on this path. Or perhaps you would prefer your father. With him gone, you could return home. Ask, and I will perform a miracle for you. I didn't think she was lying either. As ridiculous as this whole affair sounded, the skeleton had disappeared from the tower, and I was hearing a disembodied voice. But beyond that, the voice seemed to have a sort of magnetism. Oh my god, my throat. Magnetism to it. If magic truly did exist in this world, then her words were laced with it. There was a power in her voice, something that repelled any instinct I might have had to doubt the things she said. So I, on the verge of losing my grasp on reason altogether, believed every word the witch said. I wanted to curse them. To curse my brothers, my mother, my father, even Amy. And the witch was saying I could do precisely that. What will it be, my dear? There is no price. I don't require a sacrifice or a dark ritual to perform my magic. I simply wish to show my gratitude. I want you to have that which you desire. Who do you want to curse? The witch's sweet whispers hung in the air for a brief moment before wisping away. All the muscles in my body tensed up. I felt woozy, like the floor was wobbling beneath me. It took everything I had not to fall over. Who did I want to curse? Oh, and you are welcome to choose more than one. All of them, even. I could curse them, and the witch would kill my family. I would be free. No one would know I had been born female. Why don't you become the new head of the estate? Who would I curse? Who would I kill? Lydia, George, mother, father, Amy, all of them? They had exiled me to this place. Have your revenge. A black butterfly fluttered across the room's single shaft of light. As I stared absently up to it, dozens of memories, of emotions, flashed through my mind. But at the end of the day, we're family. We can get past anything. With enough time, everything will go back to the way it was before. Just like it did for myself and George. I don't understand. Why would I think about them now? They've abandoned me. Left me in that room for 2 years, and then left me here for 8. They don't care whether I'm alive or dead. Killing all your family seems a little extreme, even if they treated you horribly. If you were put in Mikkel's shoes, you might be a little bit with him in that regard, maybe. I mean, it does seem a bit too extreme. Now, some family members. I'm kidding. Or am I? So why should I? Oh. That picture again. Have you made up your mind? I have. Then tell me, my dear, who will it be? Who will you curse? No one. I cannot curse anyone, Morgana. Surely you jest. I know just how much you wish to see them dead. I felt all your hatred, your despair. And you mean to tell me you can't curse them? It struck me just now that I can't do that to family. I cannot curse my own family. This is the family that casted you aside, labeled you cursed, made you suffer for years, and then locked you away in this remote mansion. And they don't feel even the slightest bit remorseful about it. Any of it. I understand that. I know that they don't give the same weight to their words as I do. I figured that out long ago. I know I'm alone in my prayers. That they don't want the same things I do. That I trusted them more than they ever deserved. So why, then, can you not curse them? Because I don't want to hate them. I don't want to bring them suffering. On the contrary, I want them to be happy. You have no place in that happiness, though. It is a happiness that rests upon your misfortune. Why, then, should you not drag them down, so you can respite for yourself? I would find no respite by cursing them. How can you be so sure of that, my dear? I most certainly found a great deal of it myself. You are trying to follow your conscience. I can see that. But that good is superficial. And all it does is shackle you. Remove the shackles, and everything will be much, much easier. Nothing you say can convince me to kill my family. Why not someone who isn't family, then? Surely you can think of at least one person who you would like to see dead. Amy, that wretched bitch. I mean, Amy's the logical answer here. Please, for the love of God. I mean, his father thinks he is dead. He was capable to abandon him to the extreme. Yeah. Michelle, oh, you poor soul. I'd say they do their lives, but they do need to answer for their actions. Yeah, that's a good way to think about it, Hen. But in this real world, I don't think that thing is gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It would be cool. After all this weird shit is going on that we're currently stuck in, it would be cool that after this, we get to see what happens to them. Or if, like, somehow they all get resurrected and they all become human again. And they all go see them and, like, see what the Bollingers are up to. I don't know. I really want something cool like that to happen. Anyway, sorry. Surely you could think of at least one person to, I read that already. Oh, I most certainly can. I could kill her 12 times and it wouldn't be enough. But just because I would be happy with her death doesn't mean there aren't people who would be sad to lose her. Remove any one person from that group of the whole thing could come crashing down. All because I couldn't restrain my own hatred. I don't think that Morgana's curses are so merciful to only kill them. Right, because, well, as we know, Morgana has been playing with a certain few ghosts or souls or whatnot. And we've had to experience what they've experienced and so forth and so forth. It's quite a mess. I'm loving the story, but it has spiraled. I do love that, though. I love when a story spirals out of control. I love that. I do have to end the stream soon because my voice is going like bad. Holy crap. I think I got a few minutes left in me though. Your concern for them will devour you. That's Morgana saying that. Whoops. Don't think I'm not aware of that. You aren't. You don't know that at all. The only reason you give them any consideration is because deep down you still have hope. But hope has a way of forsaking those who give it a home. You have a problem, and you need to take care of it before it kills you. You and I, we were cut from the same cloth. While you may still care for your family now, in time you will come to curse them. Consider that a warning, Mikkel. Your hatred, your curse, is what brought me back to life. And there is no getting around that. We do have plenty of time, though. No need to rush to a decision. I'll show you what it is you truly desire deep down. And I'll show you again and again until you finally acknowledge it. So that's what she meant. Alright. Great! Thanks, Morgana. Yeah, bitch. So that's what she meant. Oh, fuck. The black butterfly hovering by the window disappeared, and the witch's voice grew distant. Overwhelmed, I collapsed to the floor, unconscious. Had I really said what I did out of love for the family? Or was I just afraid of crossing that line? I think you were afraid of it, yeah. Was Morgana right? Was my heart now home to a terrible monster? If I actually had resurrected the witch with my hatred, maybe that was what I was now. Darkness seeped down over me once more. I was again encased in a pool of despair. Slowly, ever so slowly, it oh my god, I can't talk anymore, holy fuck. My throat hole, holy shit. It wore away at me, eroding me into nothing. Just this scene, man, come on, you can finish this scene, right? Can you, Sinikle, please? If I didn't come up to for air, oh my god. I need a break. Michelle's a better person than most, though, being able to let that side slide without doing anything. I mean, like you said, it would be great for him, but for others like George, it would be terrible. But for sure, I was hoping for Amy to get struck, man. Oh my god, I wanted her dead, man. I wanted her dead. More than anyone. Maybe. Anyway. If I didn't come up for the air, I would soon take the witch's offer. Cackling like a demon, I would place a curse on someone. I would kill them. Reviving her was a mistake I never should have made. And not for the greater good or anything so noble. No. Every time she spoke, a little more of my spirit died. Oh, thank God the scene's done. Oh God. Oh, I need to. My voice is going, man. Holy shit. Holy crap. I can't even speak in my normal voice. It's almost giving out. Alright. So, a little sad, but I am gonna end the stream here. Thanks for joining in. If you weren't here for the full of it, and if you want to watch the stuff in the earlier and back in the video, I'm pretty sure the VOD goes up instantly. Just that it needs to process the HD resolution of it. I don't know how long that usually takes, but I think it takes like an hour or so. But yeah. But it's all in the playlist now, so if you want to watch it and if you want to watch other videos, go ahead and do so. I may come back tomorrow. If I do, it will be for a short one. Probably like 40 minutes to an hour. But I'll see how I feel, how my throat feels. But nonetheless, today's video, that I actually enjoyed it. I didn't think we were gonna continue on down this memory, I guess I'll call it, but we still are, surprisingly. Having fun though. I love these kind of stories that spiral out of control and keep going down deeper and deeper. I love it, man. I think it's what made me fall in love with Danganronpa. The stories with each game, the story just kept spiraling and spiraling until a third one where it ended. I'm not gonna lie, I actually kind of hoped there would be a fourth one, but badge. Nope. Third one was the last one. I believe there is like a spiritual successor out there by the creator of Danganronpa. I don't know what the game's called, but I do want to test that out. By the way, I want to play it. I mean, Hail Junko. Oh, yes. Oh, I love Junko, man. My fave. I miss doing I can't even say his name. I miss doing Monokuma's voice. Oh god, that was more like what the hell was that? What? That was a little bit more cartoonish, right? That wasn't exactly it. I need to test out my Monokuma a little bit before I go back into that, if I ever do. I do want to revisit the series, but maybe it's best that I don't. Anyway, I'm rambling on. Thanks for watching. Hope you all had fun. I might see you tomorrow. If I don't, I'll keep you posted on when I might stream next. But I'm 90% sure it will be tomorrow. So there you go. A high probability. And until then, well, see you all next time. Bye-bye.